Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry giant on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Dr. Arun Kumar Devta. He is a highly focused and result-driven professional with nearly 2.5 decades of extensive experience in managing small business relationships within varied financial institutions, pharmaceuticals, and FMCG businesses. He holds a Doctor of Business Administration from the Swiss School of Business and Management, Geneva, along with an MBA, PGDPTCT, PGDM and B.Sc. Currently, he is giving his valuable services at Petasure India in the capacity of consultant, whereby he is responsible for strategic planning, market research, financial planning, business development, marketing, branding, operations, process improvement, and project management, amongst various other chores. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Arun.
Thank you so much. I'm really honored to give such a broad description about me. I'm just a small person, so I feel really honored about what you have mentioned and the way the institution is working. Directors institution is actually taking a global space in terms of giving an opportunity for a lot of people alike to me as well to develop in the industry itself and explore the experiences with a wide variety of the things. I'm really glad that I'm on FaceTime today.
All right, Mr. Arun. So to begin with, our viewers would like to know about your career journey with your roles and responsibilities culminating into your current designation as consultant at Petasure India.
Wonderful. That sounds, you've taken me back in my life, which makes me as a kind of an honor. I started off as once I finished my MBA, I started off as a management consultant and a trainee management as well, with a very reputed pharmaceutical company, which is globally recognized in terms of their vaccinations is concerned. And then I started my journey over there. And then in a few years period of time after my experience with within the industry itself, prior to that, I was in FMCG as well, worked with various global organizations. That led me to a situation is to leave the country. I'm truly bi as an Indian, and I always love to be because I've been honored as a, let's say, with God of honor, and I've sit with the dinner with our honorable president of the country. And that was in my duration when I was in NCC. I was quite very much indulged in terms of disciplined manner in terms of acquiring this thing. And slowly I graduated and then I went into a lot of education, completed my post-graduation in operation management and in plastic engineering after my before my MBA, and after I did my MBA, and then I pursued after 25 years. I realized I need to give some sort of a thought. It was very difficult for me to get into the doctorate level, and that too with a global institution which is ranking number 51 in business schools across the world. And that made me quite a challenging after picking up the books after maybe 25 years after I did my MBA, which was very interesting because I had to go through with a lot of research, which I was anyhow doing in my job, acquiring a lot of gains in the industry itself. And it was really difficult to go with 322 books and writing thesis about 1100 pages and then reducing it down to 150 pages, which was quite a crucial journey for me. But hey, look, you need to do things which is required and requirement of the situation as well. So I did it in a fulfillment way, and probably just on 3rd of July I completed my doctorate, and which makes me is kind of a pride achievement after doing a lot of research and a lot of studies in the areas in FMCG and pharmaceuticals and in banking in relation to that. So I'm pretty much ready at the moment is to acquire a position where I can actually lead the board and probably give guidance to upcoming people who are great leaders. In a sense, they're not recognized, and I would like to make them as a great leader, which the industry requires in a fulfillment way. If we say in global positioning, if we are targeting now as India as $5 billion project, why not? It can be done, and that's not too far away. And that's what makes me as a pride as entering into the board level to make a difference.
Okay, Mr. Arun, thank you for the excellent start to this interview. It's an honor to interact with someone who exudes such a strong corporate personality. Continuing our conversation, we would like to know, what do you regard as the best decision in your life that has proven vital or pivotal in your career journey?
Well, there are so many things that I can benchmark it. Starting from, let's say, I was holding a very good corporate position over here, and then when I moved to New Zealand at that point of time, I started off by picking up rags and bags, which were close to, let's say, a quintal a day, which was not a bad thing to start as a new country is concerned. So that was a kind of a journey that I felt. The first thing, I was honored when I was given as a gold medal in front of the President Shankar Sharmaji. I was very honored. I was never well equipped in terms of holding the spoons or either the forks itself, by the discipline of the defense itself. I still now every, let's say on Republic Day or either on 26th January or 14th of August, I do salute my flag, and that's the kind of thing I hold for the country. Not that I've been away, and there are various reasons why I'm away from this country, but I still love to be as a part of this country as well. I'm a proud Indian. That's what I can say. in my journey itself. It has never been an easy journey till this age, but I've acquired and I've managed it to perform myself, and I've got my other colleagues as well, or other my seniors as well, to capture a benchmark in terms of going ahead, in terms of leading the industry. That's what I can say.
Absolutely, Mr. Arun. So building on that, I would like to ask you, as a Doctor of Business Administration, what are some findings on optimum administration that you can share with our viewers today?
Right. My research was basically on the Indian banking industry itself, which I found it really downtrodden at the moment, is that we are lacking quite a lot in our banking industry in terms of acceptance of the AI. Now, AI can actually, as an artificial intelligence is concerned, can actually take over on a lot of positions. Not saying in a situation is that we're going to lose a job. Whereas if we give a biggest example is when COVID struck globally, nobody was equipped for that situation itself. Now we have the technology now, which can be acquired in perspective of, let's say, Indian banking is concerned, can actually take to level globally. And where we are lacking as in terms of the technology is 70% of, let's say, the customer oriented is concerned, is rural at the moment, and the technology needs to go across, maybe with the likings of, let's say, our corporate giants like GEL or Reliance itself, to make the technology available so that people can actually go and focus of acquiring things. We are not behind any other country as a part of the country, world is concerned. Where we are lacking is in our technology itself. And that's where my research worked completely on those theses itself. Likelihood in terms, I'm very thankful to certain banks like ICICI or HDFC, local banks itself, like PNB is concerned. They've given full support, and I think my research itself made an acquirance in terms of getting to that stage was not beyond the support from these people. My research guide was excellent. My colleagues were excellent. My friends always have been supportive. They had one thought as a question is concerned. At this age, can you do a doctorate? And I said, yes, we can do it. Education never stops you. And relaying that to the society will never stop you as well. You know, the knowledge base is again inside you, and you need to deliver that. And that we do it as yourself itself while working in such a prestigious institution. You always deliver that knowledge. And today as well, you are sharing the same thing with me and giving an opportunity to deliver the same thing as well. And I'm proud of it. And I feel anybody can do it. In the research gain point of view, if you see, like there were number of chapters that I had to go through, but it was relayed in simple word. I can say is that you just need to focus on one objective in your life and just break it down. Once you break it down, you can achieve it. Anything. That's what I can say.
Rightly said, Mr. Arun. So moving on to next, which is on ESG and corporate governance. So when did you realize the need to upskill yourself on ESG and corporate governance fronts?
Well, both are different factors. As rightly said, is a very good question. I've been thinking about it for not close to, let's say, 3 years, let's say 2 years. I've been thinking about it. And one of the reason I would say is the societal marketing, which helps quite a lot. I remember while I was in Ahmedabad, and I'm still in Ahmedabad, the first, the traffic signal was created by Torrent and Nirma. They are the biggest giants, not that as a strategy of the marketing, but they were thinking about ESG. At that point of time, I'm talking about 20, 25 years ago itself, is to make a better society is always good, because you upskill a lot of things. If we globally, if we see, is India is quite lucky in terms of the environmental concern is concerned. Apart from minor things, the issues across the globe is that the pollution is concerned. The societal way of how we actually acquire people into the society is the biggest matter. And ESG plays a very important role as because the corporate, they do tend to give 2 to 5% of their income, what they are acquiring from, let's say, from the society itself, from the customers, and they are distributing it to make it better. And that's where it is required as a society is concerned. And I feel myself is I put into my position to be into the corporate governance and ESG, making it not really in a profitable sense, but to help the society, which maybe the Prime Minister has started. Mr. Modi has started, like, having toilet facilities and other facilities. Why would somebody do it? Just to make your society as a better place to live. And having said apart, you would cross everything which comes in between, is that you need to live. You've got a certain life, maybe X to Y is your limit. You're going to survive. Why not to live it in a better way? And let other live as well. And that's my principle that I require. And I feel that I can do better in the society.
Amazing. And that was so thoughtful of you. Okay, so before we conclude our discussion on corporate governance and ESG, I would like to ask you, as someone upping his game in ESG and corporate governance, what values do you offer to the corporate world?
Well, I'll give my full strength. The corporate world works in a different way. Every situation is different. What I can bring in terms of to the corporate world that I would approach is that they've got a very positive image in the market as a brand is concerned. Enhancing that brand and keeping that brand would be my biggest strength in terms, because I'll work 110% on that one and make it much more liable as to their present, whatever the presence is. Every product does have an introductory phase to an exit phase. So obviously, and so as the services as well. So I want to be a part of the journey from the start itself, from the introductory phase till the end of it, till we probably enter into some kind of amalgamation or merger or acquisition itself.
Okay. Moving on to next, my next is on technology, since it has become an integral part of our lives. So what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes to expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, Web 3.0, etc., etc.?
Right. It's a very interesting question. Things have definitely changed, and this change is really good for the society. Um, let's break it down in phases. Like AML is required. AML is required as such because 121 countries have signed and across the globe to share your, let's say in perspective, if I say in New Zealand or Australia, would be the IID numbers. Whereas if we correlate that to India, is our income tax department, as they are sharing these data in terms of why they are sharing this is very important, because people have acquired a benchmark of parking in their money in Swiss bank, where the integrity lies over there. They can't disclose things, and a lot of money has been disposed over there, which our country is trying to acquire it back. AML is a very important aspect which was never considered in our society to probably, let's say, in our industry last 3 or 4 years, which has become very competent in terms of acquiring information from different aspects of business, individual people, with their records in terms of how much they're earning and what their disposals are, which makes it much more compliant in terms of the regulation is concerned. And that's where this journey is not going to be that easy as what we think. It's going to be really hard because a lot of people won't disclose their aspect in terms of their financial situation is concerned. But AML will have a control in terms of the technology is concerned. A lot of AI application is actually underwriting all those compliance related issues in terms of the banking is concerned, in terms of, let's say, any other financial regulation is concerned, industries are concerned. They are already regulating based on the laws that we need to follow. And that's where the technology is coming up. There is somebody who can break this technology. For example, I would say is that, first of all, in your age or my age, we started with audio cassette, front and back, and then came this CD, and then came the DVDs, and then you have a massive amount of data that you can store it in a small piece of USB. And that's what the industry is catching up at the moment, to capture everything and keep it in a record rather than based on human-based values, which can actually trigger in a point is that today I'm on a leave, I can't do this. But it's there in the technology, it's sitting somewhere, somebody can find it. And that's where it's very important. Why would you waste your time 2 hours? I went to the bank to get a checkbook, which took me 6 hours. Why would I spend that amount of time? My time is also important, and the person who's working across that board or the chair itself has his own time and value. Why would both of them waste their time? And that's where the technology is actually going to hamper that part of the situation itself. Is that, okay, we don't need to worry about it because the technology will take care of it. And that's what my research or my belief is I'll give you a very good example is that from Google point of view is that they incorporated 2 AIs to work together. Firstly, they started with small examples like yes, no, do that, do this. And then technically, these 2 AIs technology actually came to a point is that they were actually more super brilliant than human beings, and they had to stop this project because that could have destructed the human beings. And that's what they have done as a part of the CSG. If you see, it's actually a good consideration is that they stopped the entire project. It might be $1 billion project. Nobody knows about it, but they did that. And that's a good part as a society is concerned or as a corporate is concerned. And that's where I want to actually put my input and get into the board, into CSG and governance. That's what I could say in a nutshell.
That was really insightful of you, Mr. Arun. Okay, so moving on to the next, and this is the last question of the session. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
Well, I would honestly say is that they've taken a good, Zishan has taken a very good step. Sorry to short form that because I'm more used to say the first name itself. And Heval itself, let's say they've done a very good initiation as a platform is concerned to the near future itself. They're building up good, let's say, personality to be in the corporate world itself. And it's not an easy task for anyone to. It's not a marketing concept. It's something which is which comes from your heart itself. How to develop and where to develop, and that's where the knowledge comes in. Is that how you actually whatever knowledge you have, you're not going to take it in your let's say when you die. You're not going to take it in the coffin. You're going to actually distribute that into societies in case if that has to be enhanced in the near future stuff. I've left my research at a certain point of time when I was doing the thesis point of time when I was interviewed by one of the best doctors in the world. I left a certain space for the future generation in terms of if they want to do a research based on where I have left, they can move ahead. And that's what Zishan and Heval has done, is that whatever they have as a thought in their mind itself, they have reproduced as a better product in the market itself. It's not an easy task as to acquire a position when you go into a board. You meet different culture, different people, different age. It's very hard. It's not very hard. I would say it's difficult to manage your situation, and they have incorporated that. I've gone through their lectures when I cleared the exam for the director itself. So obviously, I've seen him, Zishan and Heval as well as a participation is concerned, and the enthusiasm they carried, the love, or either let's say the nurturing manner. It's incredible. We can't replace those things. It would be very hard in a generation to have those things. So I would highly recommend them as good initiation, good people to work with, and good in their heart itself, because they are representing itself.
Great, great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Dr. Arun Kumar Devta, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.